On a snowy New York afternoon, in a gym built for champions and influencers, a girl walked in wearing worn-out sneakers and carrying nothing but a secondhand duffel bag and a past no one could imagine. They laughed. They sneered. But in just 3 rounds, everything changed. Her name was Skye Morrison, and by the end of the day, the boxing world would never be the same. "Well, look what wandered in," said Madison Quinn, her voice a perfect blend of mockery and confidence. The reigning 2-time women's world boxing champion stood in the middle of the sleek, glass-walled Phoenix Elite Gym in downtown Manhattan, her hands still wrapped in training gauze, her phone angled just right to capture every reaction. All eyes turned to the door, where an 18-year-old girl stood uncertainly, snow melting on her frayed coat. Her skin contrasted sharply with the glossy white floors and chrome fixtures. Her name was Skye Morrison, freshly arrived from the rough streets of East Detroit. Skye clutched a paper with an address. "I'm here for the Youth Scholarship Program." Madison barked a laugh. "Scholarship? Sweetheart, this isn't charity. This is where champions are made." The gym buzzed with quiet laughter, the kind that cuts deeper than a punch. A few trainers and athletes raised eyebrows, some out of curiosity, others in amusement. One in turn whispered to another, "She's in the wrong place. She'll be gone by lunch." But just then, a door swung open. "The program exists," said Coach Ray Alvarez, a grizzled trainer and co-owner of the gym. He held a folder. "And Skye Morrison is on the list." Madison rolled her eyes. "Seriously, Ray? You're turning this place into a soup kitchen. My sponsors won't like this." Ray stared her down. "They pay for victories, not your opinions." Madison smirked, but there was steel in her tone. "Let's put it to the test then. 3 rounds. Her versus me. If she survives, she stays. If not, she walks." Skye's eyes didn't flinch. "I accept." Ray exhaled. He had seen cocky kids crash and burn. But this girl, with snow still melting from her shoulders, didn't look scared. She looked ready. Words spread like wildfire. A world champion against an unknown street kid? It was a publicity dream. Gym members texted their friends. Bloggers showed up. By noon, 3 local sports journalists were asking for interviews. Madison, always camera ready, began posting to her 2.5 million followers. "Some random girl from Detroit wants to spar me. Watch me give her a reality check." Comments poured in. "Crush her. Make her regret it. Teach her what real boxing is." In the locker room, Ray pulled Skye aside. "You don't have to do this, kid. She's brutal. She doesn't hold back." Skye laced up her borrowed gloves. "She underestimates me. That's her mistake." Ray sighed. "Why are you really here?" "Because survival taught me to fight," she whispered. "And people like her need to learn that dignity doesn't come with a sponsorship." As she stood to stretch, Ray noticed her muscle definition, her balance. There was grace in her movements. Not the kind learned from a trainer, the kind earned through necessity. What Madison didn't know, back in Detroit, Skye had earned a name. Voltage. She wasn't a trained athlete. She was a survivor. Fighting in underground circuits for grocery money. Dodging gangs. Winning against men twice her size. At 14, she was known across the East Side. At 16, she disappeared. Moved away with an aunt after her brother was shot. She promised never to fight again. But she never unlearned the rhythm of the ring. Never forgot what it meant to hit and not get hit. Those instincts don't fade. They sleep. And today they were waking up. Skye stared into the mirror of the locker room. The bruises she had from life were deeper than anything Madison could throw. As the gym filled with curious onlookers and sports bloggers, a tall, broad-shouldered man entered. Eyes sharp. Hair gray at the temples. "Voltage," he called. Skye turned. "Uncle Darius?" Ray raised an eyebrow. "You two know each other?" "That's Darius Morrison," someone whispered. "He used to train Golden Gloves champions back in Michigan." Darius looked at Ray. "That girl you're about to throw into the ring? She knocked out a pro at 15. She disappeared for a reason, but she's back for another." Ray was stunned. "She said she wasn't a fighter." "She isn't. not by choice. But when someone threatens her pride, she doesn't back down. Skye looked away, clearly uneasy. Uncle, I told you I didn't want anyone to know. Darius softened. I'm not here to interfere. I'm here because you need someone in your corner who remembers who you are. Madison was already performing for the cameras. Look at those shoes. Can you believe this is real? She probably thinks YouTube videos are boxing classes. Some gym members chuckled. Others weren't so sure anymore. There was something different about the way Skye carried herself. Quiet. Composed. Dangerous. Skye entered the ring in a tank top and borrowed shorts. Her movements were sleek. Sharp. Her eyes focused. Ray adjusted her gloves. You're sure? She's never fought hungry, Skye replied. I have. As the bell rang, silence fell. This wasn't going to be a joke. It was going to be a lesson. Madison rushed her. Skye weaved. Hold still. She didn't. She slipped, dodged, ducked. Then countered. Crack. A left hook. Madison staggered. The crowd gasped. No way, someone whispered. Round 1 ended with Madison breathing heavy. Her jabs missed. Her ego cracked. Round 2 began. Skye took control. Each punch precise, each move calculated. Her style was unlike anything Madison had faced. Street technique fused with natural rhythm. The kind you can't teach. Madison lunged. Skye spun. Hit. Again. Again. By round 3, the crowd was on Skye's side. Phones were out. Hashtags were forming. Hashtag voltage rises. Then it happened. 4-hit combo. Jab. Cross. Hook. Uppercut. Madison hit the canvas. Social media flipped. Madison's posts turned viral for the wrong reasons. Detroit girl wipes the floor with world champ. That's what happens when ego meets experience. Sponsorships vanished. Madison's contract was canceled. Her YouTube apology was ratioed in minutes. Meanwhile, Skye signed a $2.5 million deal. ESPN announced a documentary, Voltage, the girl who shocked the ring. Darius returned to Detroit to prepare a new gym. Skye would fund it herself. Months later, Skye launched Voltage Rising, a foundation to bring real training to underfunded youth. She toured community centers, appeared on late-night shows, and gave speeches at inner-city schools. Kids who once felt invisible now had a symbol of what was possible. When asked what she'd say to Madison today, Skye smiled. Thank you for underestimating me. You lit the voltage. I just showed the world what it powered. When Skye Morrison won her first title belt, she raised it toward the crowd and said, to every girl who is told she didn't belong, this is for you. Your silence is your power until the world is ready to listen to your thunder. And that's how Voltage turned a spark of disrespect into a storm that changed everything.